Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Nainika and I make book related videos in my booktube channel Pretty Little Bibliophile. As you can see from the title, today's video is going to be all about the books I bought and the books I read in January 2021. So I've decided to adopt this new format of doing these monthly haul videos, monthly wrap-up videos. In short, I have decided to combine them both so that it's easier for me to shoot and it's easier for you to access as well. That said, I hope you leave down any feedback or comments in the comment section down below so that, if there are any suggestions, constructive criticism is also always welcome, of course. So yeah, before we dive right in, let me give you a sort of head count, if that's a word. I started reading 15 books in January but finished 14, and I also got 19 new books. So yeah, let's start. We'll talk about the wrap up first and then we'll go on to the haul. So I haven't been really open about my romance reads ever before, but I think in 2021 we can chuck off all of that and be more open-minded and accept what we read. I've always loved reading romances, and even now I really prefer to read. I'm always reading one romance book on the side whenever I'm reading anything else. Basically, I'm always reading this light read, which basically does not require much mental thinking. So this month I ended up reading let's count, all right, because I haven't counted before. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. I ended up reading 9 romance reads, all of which were basically steamy eroticas, and a couple of them had really nice character growth, plot, all of that, and focus on the emotions as well, but some of them are just plain eroticas. So I won't be delving much into them, but I'll just include pictures of them, and so yeah, you get to know about the romance books I read. Again, like I just said, it's January, it's February now, it's February of 2021, and I shouldn't technically have to include a disclaimer saying that you guys read your books, I read my books. There shouldn't be any dissing going on, but there still are some people. But yeah, these are my reads. I hope I hope you have read enough to be tolerant enough of what others read. So yeah, that's that for the disclaimer. Take what you will. But yeah, let me just go over the books I read. First we'll do the romance reads because I'll go over them very quick, and then we'll go on to the more substantial kind of books. All right, so the first romance book I read was His Brother's Fiance by Vivian Wood, again, which was I've written the tags here, which was romance, erotica, R-rated, all of that. Then I read Everything for Her by Alexa Riley. Again, Alexa Riley is an author. Well, there are actually two authors, Alexa and Riley, but their pen name is Alexa Riley. I've read quite a few of their works, and they're quite nice. If you want to pass time quickly or anything like that, I do recommend their books. Then I also read Mr. Fake Fiance by Nadia Lee. Again, like I said, Vivian Wood and Nadia Lee, they're very new for me, but I'm very much familiar with Alexa Riley. Then I read Mr. Hyatt Boss by Lindsay Hart. Again, the first work of, basically the first time I'm reading this author, and this one did focus a bit on the emotional part apart from the erotica steamy bit. Then I read Captive by Catherine Thomas, which was erotica and mystery, crime, stuff like that. Then I also read a series of books by Liz Fox, and I do have to say that she really focuses on the character growth, on the emotions, also the sex, of course. But then from Liz Fox, I read Her Older Protector. Then I also read Her Older Fireman, and lastly Her Older Mountain Man. So basically I think she is doing these series, I forgot the term, but like on the book cover, which I'll of course include here, there is this line at the top which I actually quite forgot, but basically there are older man, younger woman romances. There's a series of them really, and these are the only 3 that I've explored so far. I don't know if I'm going to read more in this series because I don't know, let's see. And the last romance book I read was The Man of My Dreams by Catherine York, again, which was actually quite nice. It's got a lot of story to it, and it was really nice. Again, the reason I'm not talking much about these books, I'm not reviewing these books much, is basically because, like I said, they were really quick reads, and honestly, I actually don't exactly remember the plot of a couple of them now, because I read them quite in the beginning of January. Some of the books which I read in the beginning of January, I don't remember much anyway. So that's that. Now let's move on to the physical books that I read in January, which are not romances. There's one romance, but that one's a classic. But anyway, let's check out the physical books that I read in January. Alright, the actual first book that I picked up in January was this humongous book, which is also really, really amazing. It is Gandhi in the Gallery, The Art of Disobedience by Sumathi Ramaswamy. And this was actually given as a review copy to me by Rolly Books, and I'm very thankful to them for that. Now, this one was a really, really interesting book because, as you can see from the title, Gandhi in the Gallery, The Art of Disobedience, and the two words you want to focus on from this long title is gallery and art. Now, we've all read Gandhi in terms of political science, in terms of our history, and that's what I've studied him as well, but in this book, the author explores all of the ways in which Gandhi has inspired artists. Oh my god, I don't know why I have this kind of accent with the word artists. Yeah, artists. And that's why it's a really, really interesting book with the sartorial politics and everything, how it has affected the artists in their work, various mediums, and of course we have this one here. And then I'm just trying to show you a couple of them. And then we have this rock monument, and then this I don't know, it's a mixed media, I don't remember. It's enamel paint, made with enamel paint. So again, it's really interesting to read about all of the different ways in which Gandhi has influenced art, even in modern times, really. From the time he was first photographed, and then he had his portraits taken by different artists and all of that. Again, we have this comparison with sort of the Mahatma is here, right? Okay, so the Mahatma is here. There's also the Christ figure you can see on the crucifix. So it was definitely a very, very interesting read. Again, there are pictures, and there's another whole section of how Gandhi was considered as a god in the popular media of those days. So it was really interesting to see the evolution of art and the way it has inspired so many artists. Really, again, really, really interesting. And yes, one more thing, this is a book which I read throughout the whole month because it was quite a dense and intense read, and not something that I could have read at one go, like the romance books that I was just talking about. So I read this throughout the month, really, really enjoyed it, and I think you should definitely check it out. I've also put up appropriate long reviews for all of these books, so I'll link them down below, or you can definitely check out my Goodreads where you can know more about my thoughts, because I cannot say so much in the video. So yeah, really, really love this book. Then the next book I read was Blood on the Sands by Sujata S. Sabnis. Now this one was given to me by Amaryllis Publishing, and I'm really, really thankful and glad that they did. I did a buddy read of it with Fatima from Fatima Ashraf, and I'll link her page down below. We also actually did a live video after we were done with the book where we discussed about the various issues, various things from the book, and I'll link that video down there as well, so that you can check out more if you're interested. But basically you should be, because this is a very, very interesting book. It's got a lot about, let's talk about the treatment of women in rather rural areas. There's the crime angle, thriller angle, there's also mental health, about marital rape, consent, all of that. It's a wonderful mixture of all of that, and I really, really liked it. And I'll tell you, there's a mystery element that was hanging over our heads as we read it, and I was not able to figure it out. But when the author did reveal it in the end, I was flabbergasted, because I had not guessed that in any way. So yeah, it was definitely a very, very wonderful read. I had a wonderful time reading it, and also a wonderful time discussing it with all the other friends who joined us for the buddy read along session. And another thing is, when you are reading kind of an intense book, if it's either non-fiction like the Gandhi book, or because it contains some serious themes, I would recommend you to check out the idea of buddy reads, of read-alongs, because then, well, in our buddy read, when we were discussing, I realized that I have not looked at some things in a particular way that another reader has. So it's really interesting, sharing your perspectives. It really broadens your mind, your understanding of a particular book. That's what happened to us with this book, with regards to this book. So yeah, very, very happy that I got to read it, and you can definitely check out the full review on my Goodreads down below, like I said. Then the next book I read was Shadow of Night, which is the second book in the All Souls trilogy, which is and this is the sequel to A Discovery of Witches. I'm really glad that I got to finish it before the season 2 came out of the show, which I really, really loved. So you can definitely check it out. The basic story is, it's a star-crossed lovers kind of thing. A vampire and a witch fall in love, and they discover the secret book of life, and well, the witch discovers the secret book of life, and with that everybody is chasing her because everybody wants to know what's in there, because apparently it contains the secrets of the origin of witches, demons, and vampires. So it's a really, really interesting book. It's also a very wonderful dark academia novel as well, so you can definitely check it out. And the fact that both of these two characters, the two main characters, are professors at Oxford is just another added bonus, because I really, really loved it. There's a lot of history associated with this book as well, and so it's really fun. It's amazing. It's fantasy, really. It's fantasy, but it's also dark academia, and it's adult fantasy rather. So definitely do check it out. One of my favorite series ever. I'm really hoping that the price of the third book comes down so that I can buy it, and then I'll obviously read it ASAP. So yeah, another amazing fantastic, I just said fantasy plus fantastic, so okay, another amazing fantastic book that you should definitely check out. Moving on, the next book I read was Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte for a class, which is basically a class where we take on a feminist perspective to read about the different books. And one of the things I realized that after I read this, well, let me just first give you a synopsis, because that's what I should do probably. We follow Jane Eyre, who is an orphan girl, and then she is working as a governess for this rich guy and his ward. And well, she falls in love with the rich guy, but there are a lot of secrets to be revealed, and when they do, it causes mayhem everywhere. It bursts up in flames. Am I saying that literally? You'll have to read to find out. But anyway, one of the things I realized when we were discussing about this book in class after I was done reading it, we were all criticizing it and everything like that. The teacher told us, and I also realized from that, the importance of objective reading, because we are comparing this book to today's time where everything is modern. Women have a lot of rights, but in those times it was not like that. So many people do not consider this a feminist novel, but I do think that it is a feminist novel after much thinking, because in those times, considered to those times, the facilities that she had, Jane Eyre was pretty much a feminist woman. So she basically just ups and leaves Mr. Rochester when she's basically like, I really love you, but you have a lot of shit going on and I cannot deal with that shit, and she just basically runs away from the wedding. So again, wonderful book. Again, I really enjoyed it. However, I do have to say that this is quite intense, very dense rather. Dense is the word I was looking for. It's a very dense book, and there's a lot of philosophizing in the middle at some points, which I was not really a fan of at some points. So yeah, again, if you have read this book and you would rather, if you want to read another book which is sort of how do I say this, a writing back to this, I hope you check out, let me just see, it's supposed to be here, I hope you check out White Sargasso Sea by Jean Rhys, which is basically the point of view of another character from this book, which I think you should definitely check out, because if you want to read a post-colonial as well as a feminist perspective of Jane Eyre, read this. And then there's this new book that just came out, which is The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins, which is also in my TBR. I have the audiobook, which I'll listen to very soon. That one is also a sort of retelling of Jane Eyre, and as well as Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. So you can definitely check that one out as well, a very modern retelling. So yeah, that's that. The last book I read in January, which is actually rather the second book I read, and well, an audiobook that I listened to in January, was Sasha Masha by Agnes Borensky, which I got to listen to thanks to Libro.fm. Now this is a book with wonderful LGBTQIA rep, because the character, is realizing that he might be a trans person, and so well, it's wonderful and also enlightening to know about his transformation, especially because it's an own voices novel. So I'm guessing that the author did impart certain bits of their own feelings, and when they were exploring and thinking about themselves, if they might be trans, everything like that. So I do think that this was a really wonderful book as well, because of the coming into the sort of Bildungsroman and coming of age with this whole LGBTQIA aspect, as well as the friends that our character got. They were just amazing, and I really love knowing more about them. I do think that I will be reading this, listening to this book once again, because this was a very short read, by the way, and I have gotten a few bits from this. So I think I might have to do a reread very, very soon, because it was actually really, really enjoyable as a book. So yeah, I think you should definitely check it out as well. So that's it, guys. Those are all the books that I read in January, read and finished. I'm not talking about the one that I read but left halfway. It's not exactly a DNF. I'll be reading it very, very soon. So now let's move on to the haul bit, because I got quite a few books, 19 books to be exact, and without further ado, we're gonna dive right in. Alright, let's first go over the books in the way I bought them, because I have got a complete record here. I'll first talk about all of the books that I bought in the 33rd book fair in Guwahati, which was happening in August in January. So first, let me share about the books that my brother got. He got 4 books. I bought 4 books for him. The first one is his current read. It is The Art of War by Sun Tzu. Let me show you. And I haven't read it. He says it's quite interesting, so I am hoping to read more about this book. Then he also got Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. Now I have been hoping to read this book for quite a long time, so it's good that he got it, because I'll get to read it from him as well. And yeah, really looking forward to reading this book. Then he also got this book on Elon Musk. It is not written by Elon Musk, though. It is written by George Ilian, Visionaries Who Changed the World series. So he got Elon Musk because he apparently likes him. So that's that. And lastly, a book that I bought him, which I personally am excited to read as well, is a collection of short stories, and this is The Best of Roald Dahl. And again, this one is a collection of 20 tales to curdle your blood and scorch your soul, chosen from Roald Dahl's bestsellers, Over to You, Someone Like You, Kiss Kiss, and Switch Pitch. So basically, they are the scary short stories that he wrote. So those are all the 4 books that my brother got. Moving on, the next book is actually written by a dear friend of mine with whom I went to primary school, middle school, high school, you name it. So she wrote this book, A Ride to Endless Love by Diksha Day, and I'm yet to read this book, but I will very, very soon. You should definitely check it out. The link, I'll attach the link to the Amazon page in my I was about to say bio, but in my description box, so you can definitely check it out as well. And I hope you do buy it and support a new author. Then let's talk about the classics that I got. The first one I got was Far From the Maddening Crowd by Thomas Hardy. I already have this book, which I forgot, so I got this one. So I think I might just give this away in a giveaway, I think. So you can definitely check out my Instagram page, which I'll link down below, and follow, so that you'll keep an eye out on the giveaway dates. So that's that. And then I also got this collected works, basically it's from the Wordsworth Poetry Library, the works of William Butler Yeats. And I have to say, if this is William Butler Yeats, he's one handsome man. And I'm not sure if it's a complete collected works, but I think it might be one. But yeah, I really hope to read more about William Butler Yeats' poetry, because I've read a couple of them and I really, really like them. So I thought this one was on sale for just 100 rupees. I thought, why not get this one as well, and I'm sure it will come handy for me as I'm a literature student someday. So yeah, I got this one. Then I also got another classic, which is a Wordsworth classic for 100, Tess of D'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy, another Hardy book which I'm yet to read. So I thought, once again, it was on sale, I got it. these are all secondhand books, by the way, so keep that in mind. So I got them for just 100, but their condition is really pretty nice. As you can see, the edge is just a bit yellow, but then again, wonderful condition. The last classic that I got is E.M. Forster's Howard's End. Now I have heard that there is also a series on this, which is apparently very good, so I decided to get it. And I don't know how this beautiful copy ended up here, because it's a Barnes & Noble Classics edition. This is also my first Barnes & Noble Classics edition. I'm really happy that I got it, but I got it as a second-hand copy, because apparently they are so costly. I cannot possibly buy them. Because for that amount of money I might as well get multiple copies of secondhand books. So yeah, I got this one. Again, I have no clue about this book, what it's about or anything like that, so if you have read it, please do let me know how it is. The next two books I got are actually Greek plays. The first one is Dante's Divine Comedy, part 1, Hell. Again, it's a Penguin Classics edition. It's really actually very beautiful. This is in the poetry style though, so I'm actually quite scared about this, of reading this one, but again, high hopes for it. And then secondly, I also got Aristophanes' Lysistra and Other Plays. Let's see which other plays are here. We've got, where is it, the Clouds. We've also got the Clouds, Lysistra, the Carnians. So we've got 3 plays here, and it's really interesting. It's a tattered copy, again second-hand copy, 100 rupees. So I'm really happy that I got these 2 books for my reading. Then a completely modern book that I got was The 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak, and I got it for 100. This is a second-hand copy, which I'm not sure why it is, who would sell Elif Shafak's books, because so far all of the Instagram posts that I've come across were only raving about Elif Shafak. So I had planned on reading some Elif Shafak this year, so when this was on sale for just 100, I thought, why not? This is a God-sent sign, so I got this one. This is a beautiful cross-stitch kind of cover, which I really like. So yeah, I've got high hopes for this one. And lastly, the book that I got in that book fair, is this actually auction house book on textiles. It's the edition from January 28 to 29 2020. It's this book, Textile, as you can see, and it's got a ton of pictures of carpets and all of that, some clothes, but basically mostly carpets though, from all the pages that I've seen. And I bought it because it was very aesthetic, and also because I have hopes that I might use it for my journaling, but I still haven't gathered up the courage to cut up the beautiful pages, so it's lying on my shelf at the moment. So yeah, next up, I've got a few other books which I need to talk about. I got The Heart is a Lonely Hunter by Carson McCullers. I haven't read a Carson McCullers book ever before, and I've heard she writes really well. Actually, I got this book thanks to a gift card that I won in Damayanti's giveaway, so I decided to get this one, which has been in my wish list for rather a really long time. So I got this. I really love the yellow as well, so another bonus. Then I also bought Dear Ijavali, Feminist Manifesto in 15 Suggestions by Shimamanda Ngozi Adichie from my friend Katie from Books and Key. She was selling this one, so I got it for 100, and I'm really happy that I have it now, along with, you know, We Should Always Be a Feminist, this one as well. So I'm really happy that I got this one. Then moving on, I also got this book by Alice Hoffman, Practical Magic, because one of my friend Rachel from Instagram, Rachel Tremblay, she read this book and she really loved it, and you know, wrote quite a bit about it on one of her Instagram stories, and I saved it, but I screenshotted it because I was really intrigued, and when I got the opportunity to buy this one, I did. And yeah, really excited to know more about this one, read this one basically. Then the next book that I got was actually sent to me by HarperCollins, and I'm really grateful. They sent me When the Night Agrees to Speak to Me by Ananda Devi. This was originally written in French, and it was translated by Kazim Ali, collection of poems, very woman-centric, very visceral, very raw, and I thought that it was a stunning book. You should definitely read it. You should definitely read and savor this book just because it's so good. The next 2 books that I got, they're actually for my classes, for my college classes, university classes. The first one is one that I've already read. It is Angare no, I've not already read it. I'm midway through it, so I'm really enjoying it. It's These were originally written in Urdu, except one, and this is the English edition now, and I'm really looking forward to reading these books because they are really amazing. And these stories tell about various issues like, you know, class, caste, sex, all of that, social issues really. So I thought I should share it with you all, and you can definitely check it out if you want to read translated works. This is one of the few that, not few, this is one of those which will really leave a lasting impact on your mind. So check this out. And lastly, the book that I got is The English Patient by Michael Ondaatje. Really happy that this Everyman's Library Classics Everyman's Library edition was on sale, because I got it for $3.53, something like that, comparatively cheap considering the fact that this is a hardcover. Again, I'm also hoping to watch the movie very soon, so that it's a wholesome experience for me. I have to read this for a class, so I'm hoping to finish reading Angare, which might be tonight, and then I'll start reading The English Patient from tomorrow. I want to read this book in the weekend and complete it soon. So yeah, that's that. And we have reached the end of this video. I had great fun sharing about all of these books with you all, but I definitely will not be having fun putting them away in their respective places, because I forgot that I was filming this video and just put them away. But before I filmed this video, I was like, dude, I have to take out all of the books from the shelf now, and then I'll have to put them back again, which is something I'm not looking forward to, but can't be helped. So yeah, those are all the books that I read in January 2021. I hope you all like this video, share your comments, your thoughts down below, and I'll definitely check them out. You guys can also share with me your favorite books of 2021, your favorite read of January 2021. And again, I'm also planning on doing this thing, so do share your favorite read of 2021, and I don't know, you might be in for a surprise. So yeah, that's that. Take care. I hope you have a wonderful time ahead, especially with the amazing week coming ahead. And I have some exciting videos for you planned, so stay tuned for that as well. Take care. Peace out. Bye.